All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Smudtalk, rather, number 31. This is Batman Arkham Asylum, and we're watching Gingaman play on his stream. And this is pretty much in honor of Kevin Conroy, who passed away a few days back. And we're just going to be talking about Batman, because Batman is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, comic book character of the past 70, 80 years. And his story is still being told. People still want to hear his story, they want to see it, they want to be it. And Arkham, I think the Arkham games are the best example of a Batman video game that, at least that I've seen. It's a different take on Batman, but it's still pretty classic to what we expect of Batman and his stories. Obviously, different takes on the Riddler and Joker and all the other major villains in the Rogues Gallery. Freeze is very unique. Talia is interesting. She's pretty standard Talia, but there's all these wonderful renditions of the villains, which is what Batman's really all about. It's not so much just him and jumping around the city.
Wasn't it supposed to be a kind of like a more serious take on what the animated series did?
The animated series was more mature, yes. The games they took like the big, bulky, tank-like Batman, like he was just a huge dude, and they tried to give it all this wonderful plotting with different scenarios. What if Batman was in this scenario? What happens if he gets under the certain drugs? What does he dream of? What happens if the Joker is involved a heck of a lot more in his brain, mind, whatever you want to call that scenario? There's a few renditions of the Arkham games which are like, oh, that's really good, and there's the last one which is like, oh, that's kind of weird. So
weird is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, it is a comic book world, so you assume that they're going to go that wacky. But such a beautiful engine, such a great, smooth form of gameplay. Traversing the world is fun. Combat is, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not exactly hard.
There is a flow to it. Hence the concept of the free flow combat system that this
it is pretty easy in Asylum, maybe.
Yeah, it depends.
To the point where the template for the combat was so good that even games like Shadow of Mordor would end up using it later.
Right.
Yeah.
Which to like go further on that, it's like originally Shadow of Mordor, like the very early prototype stages, it was originally going to be a Batman game. You know, the whole thing with the Nemesis system, that was specifically built for Batman.
Yeah.
But that game was originally meant to be a Dark Knight Rises tie-in that ended up falling apart because someone somewhere down the line had said that Nolan had to be the one to give approval to that, and he'd said no.
Love what you've done with the place.
Bloody idiot.
I mean, have you seen the Batman Begins game? That thing's a dumpster fire.
Well, I would like to wonder on how that system would have worked with the Batman universe. Like, what does Batman do? He terrifies a guy into submission, and it's like, now you work for me. You know, it's like, okay. Sure, scary rodent flying man, whatever you say.
Oh, you'd have the fox he took down to be escaping again or being set on foot again by the failing judiciary system, or simply escaped prison, and then you'd have to fight them again.
I don't know. It's weird because you look at the Lord of the Ring game, and it's like he uses magical powers to control an orc's mind, and you're like, that's good. That makes sense. It's fine.
Which to Shadow of Mordor's credit, it's like it does like contradict things in like the main continuity, whether it's the books or even Peter Jackson to a lesser extent, but it still does definitely make an attempt to get as close as possible to the main continuity, despite those little changes that it needed to actually have the concept work.
Yeah. And I think the combat is a little different in the Batman games. It's kind of like he's the pinball and he's just bouncing around people. I think in Shadow and Mordor, there was more dodging involved. There was more.
Well, there's dodging in both. It's like, but it could mainly be the fact that Batman's hand to hand while Talion uses his several of his weapons.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and you also had the stealth aspect of the game. I don't know what you would compare it to, but you're
Although,
sneaking around and you have to take it down eventually.
well, I'll say this: at least in terms of the stealth in particular, there's a couple of things here and there that Shadow of Mordor does better than Arkham, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like what, for example?
It's mainly just like quality of life changes, like the crouch movement helps a lot. The way Mordor does it, it's like it's just that slightly more refined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the stealth isn't like doing the same takedown over and over again.
What's up, Doc? Pencil me in for tomorrow at 4. We've got a
And obviously, here's the man himself, Batman, by Conroy,
It's pretty
along-
interesting that
along with
people's.
Mark Hamill's Joker.
It's interesting that people's introduction to Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill was this game.
It was Arkham, yes.
And it's like, yeah, if you go back to the animated series, it was the same guys.
Yeah, but we talked about the art style of Batman changing over the years, and this is clearly an example of the influence of Nolan's Joker with the giant lips on. I don't know if you want to call the makeup or if those are
The
actual-
makeup, yeah.
Yeah, on Joker. So big, wide,
Oh,
wide mouth there, and the makeup.
So I like this version still much better than what they did in the last 2 seasons of the animated series, where all the villains were redesigned. And I don't think I like a single one of the redesigns.
It's minimalized, it's simplified, and it's all almost semi-goth. Everyone has black lipstick and black eyes, and all white faces. You're like,
Well,
Oh,
Scarecrow
Joker
has
has
no
no
lips.
oh yeah, Scarecrow.
Just give him black eyes, and while the redesign of Scarecrow was interesting, it would have made better for an entirely new villain instead of being a replacement for Scarecrow, because it's like a completely different concept. Before he was this whimsical straw thing, and then he looked more like some Reaper creature, giant and looming.
And then they would end up doing something similar. They'd end up doing something similar later with what was his name, Dr. Destiny in Justice League.
Yeah, and
Dr. Destiny?
Catwoman just looked actually cartoonish. The redesign. That was just silly. And
No,
she
Catwoman
also
could barely
seemed to have lesser
see
death.
Well, that
No, I was saying with Catwoman's redesign, it's like you can't see her unless you turn the light on.
yeah. To be fair, they did fix some of those designs in Justice League, but by that time it was too late.
Yeah, so here's Killer Croc, I believe.
Yep.
He is gigantic.
His deal
Suffering
is
from a medical
Yeah.
condition. He got the corona.
a very no. It's a pretty rare skin mutation that he was born with.
It doesn't just look like his skin mutated.
Yes,
I will say his boss battle is underwhelming in this game.
it's what boss battle.
Yeah, just running away and
It's
playing
just
hide and seek.
yeah, exactly. It's hide and seek. As good as this game is, literally everywhere else, it's the boss fights are what really get a tank.
At least it actually has a boss battle, unlike Arkham Knight.
Well, Arkham Knight does still have a few. Those are ironically those are better than the ones here.
Yeah.
It's not saying much.
I mean, most of it's the tank, but come on.
Yeah, but that's a tank.
I thought I told you to stay quiet.
Oh, Frankie, you really should learn to keep that fat mouth of yours shut. It'll get you into trouble.
Tell me something. You've never let me catch you this easily. What are you really after?
What do you guys like about Kevin Conroy?
He's the
I mean,
Batman. He's the definitive
performance-wise.
Batman. It's like,
But I'm,
yeah.
but I'm just curious why.
Well, he has the range for that a deep voice that's not too. I'm Batman. It's clear. It's a refined, clear, masculine voice that he can be sad. He could be happy. He could bring it up a notch, but for the most part, it works at the level he speaks normally. So he doesn't have to try too hard when he performs, as opposed to like whatever Christian Bale was doing.
I was gonna bring that up actually, because it's like Conroy stopped being Batman, at least in a mainstream capacity, when the DCAU ended in like the mid 2000s, which is when the first two Nolan movies came out. It's like, I'm just like, even back then I was just like, no, this voice is not Batman at all. And then 1 year after Dark Knight, here comes Kevin Conroy in Arkham Asylum showing Bale up. That's just me though.
Well, yeah, the whole idea was that they had to disguise his voice somehow, which was going into the Snyder world. And how do you do that accurately? Do you use a voice transformer? Do you speak deeply? You know, how do you do it?
At least the voice transformer was just a bit more feasible than the shit Bale did. At least.
It is silly, and it's like I just what's the term for it? But I just give it that just because, you know, it's a superhero story. It's the same thing with like Clark Kent. Like, nobody can tell the difference if you wear glasses or not. Well, I mean, there's more to it than that, but it's just.
Yeah, it is more than that. That's always been treated like like the silly thing that it is at the end of the day. At least with more recently with Batman, it's like he makes a clear distinction between his actual voice as Batman and the guise of Bruce Wayne in the eyes of the public.
Well, I think Kevin Conroy, even in the animated series, because I've been rewatching, I've been trying to watch that series.
Well, that's part of the point. Like, Conroy is the one that pretty much helped establish that Bruce makes that distinction between Bruce Wayne and Batman when it comes to the voice. He's the one that started that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's of course this is the whole Joker planned it all along plot, but they at least establish it early on. And now here's where the game actually starts.
2 minutes and 30 seconds, by the way, unlike Gotham Knights, 19 or 18 minutes. To finally actually get to the game.
19 minutes for the fucking game to start. That's
An
embarrassing.
entire cartoon episode.
And then half of the cartoon episode.
I mean, I think the record still goes to, what, Kingdom Hearts 3, like a 3-hour tutorial?
That is not
Close to that. It's like, I mean, and that's when you don't know what you're doing. Even if you know what you're doing, it's still a little while.
It takes a whole day.
Well, not a whole day,
week, maybe.
All right, it takes half.
No. Yeah, in game it takes like a week. But it's like actual playtime, I think it's at the very most 3 hours if you don't know what you're doing.
I just remember it took a whole year, but that's beside the point.
Whoa!
I'm just saying, these Batman games had short openings, and I'm just like, I don't know why. I don't know, it's good opening, honestly.
Hey, Xenoblade 2 introduces new game mechanics right before the last boss battle.
That's kind of dumb.
We see that animation of him tearing those grates like he's bending metal all the time.
Yeah.
Well, now you mention the grates.
Well, you can even in combat you can even grab the pipe and just start bending in places.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite is Arkham Knight when he grabs the bat and starts hitting people with it.
Yeah, at least at that point, the combat is still evolving. At that point, it's like they keep even as late as Arkham Knight, they add new mechanics, which in some cases it's actually a good addition, and in others it's like, okay, this.
It probably makes the gameplay too easy.
It's like, oh my god, this weapon is so efficient. Why did I bring one with me?
Oh, it's not. Well, it's only lasts like a few swings. That's the balance of it. But also in terms of the enemy variety in Arkham Knight, they add medics. They add the agile big guy.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That was good.
All that. It's like they balance out the new stuff for Batman with new enemy types. I'm just like, okay, at least they're aware of that little possibility of inconsistency.
I also like that Batman has a Batcave in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, that's later.
It's just
This game-
that's
this game-
funny.
this-
It's like, oh, I saved a man from killing himself, and then I decided to put a Batcave here.
Joker.
This game definitely borrows a lot from a whole bunch of comics that feature the Asylum in some way, shape, or form. Like that in particular, I think that the secondary Batcave was introduced, I think, in No Man's Land.
Mm.
No, I work better alone.
I do say it's like in
Poor
terms
Mike.
of like, don't worry, he'll be fine. We're going for him anyway. But this game does do a pretty good job, like easing players into the unique mechanics of the game.
Joker's escaped.
Also, here's Oracle.
He's running free in Arkham.
Do you need anything? Is my dad still there?
Commissioner Gordon is safe. Joker's not far ahead.
But yeah, I do like that Kevin Conroy is able to convey like the how Batman's stoic.
Yeah, his performance as Batman is able to give you like that
Wait here.
like deep baritone, that like commanding voice, but without, but at the same time you can take it very seriously.
Yeah, and he manages to speak still friendly as Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, didn't he also play what's the guy's name? Hush?
Yeah, that was starting in Arkham City.
Yeah, no, I thought he did a great job too. It's different enough where you're like, ooh, this guy is a little unhinged, huh?
We'll worry about that.
It also helps the fact that Hush's plan, spoilers for Arkham City, is like he intentionally like finds pieces of other people's faces so that he's able to make a perfect copy of Bruce Wayne, so that he can use that to his advantage to ruin Bruce. Obviously,
Right,
we know
yeah.
that doesn't work out, but
I need to get behind him.
Yeah, did he play him in Night as well, or was that somebody else?
no, that was still Hush in Arkham Knight.
No, I mean Kevin Conroy.
No, yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was still Conroy.
I love how Detective Vision gives Batman an X-ray, just flooding the whole room with radiation. I can see through your body.
Well, one of the issues that came about as a result is the fact that they made Detective Vision too good in this game. Like even like the actual developers telling players is like, yeah, don't use it all the damn time. You're missing out on the architecture and the art style.
Yeah, just keep it on. Every secret is nicely outlined. You don't have to think about where the door is. Just go there.
Oh, and for the record, on top of Conroy and Hamill coming back from the animated series, here's Arlene Sorkin coming back as Harley Quinn, just for this one game.
Well, it's funny because then you get Harley and Catwoman, and then Red Hood. They all have like their own version of Detective Vision.
Well, by the time Red Hood is a thing, especially in the Arkham universe, he's already on the side. He's already back in the Bat family, so it makes sense he has that same tech in that instance. But Harley has no excuse. You're right about that. It's like some kind of crazy vision.
Well, Catwoman, what? It's called Thief Vision. I'm like,
Thief
you
vision,
still
yeah.
see through people through the walls. I don't know.
But it doesn't go through walls with her.
He's in control of the security.
It only like.
Smart, I gotta ask, why doesn't Batman call Superman for help?
Okay.
Well, that's the whole thing with. I mean, I say it's that's the whole thing with the Justice League. Yeah, he's a core member, but Justice League and other versions like have him still as a part-timer, where Gotham is still his main focus.
Yeah, the best.
Well, I know. I just think it's funny though.
Yeah, the best arguments are always, I work alone, or I don't like working with other people, or like all these. The problem's mine. It's my city. I care about it. I'm the best guy for the job. There's a character reasoning for it, but most of the comic books they will have cameos for things at the end of the conflict, not during the conflict, because it's always like, why don't you just call your friends? You got all these super friends. And
well, to your point, I think
I work alone unless I have sidekicks.
Well, it was small scale, right? It was an asylum, so like there's no need. Then it was a city, a little section of the city. But then it's like you get to Arkham Knight, and it's like now it's a war.
Arkham Knight, there's really no excuse, and by Arkham Knight, we know for a fact that the Justice League is a thing. At the very least, Superman is a thing because there is a Easter egg with the there's an Easter egg in the answering machine at Wayne Tower, at the top floor in Bruce's office, where you literally get a voicemail from Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I love it. Every time he opens that, doesn't matter if he does it from the front or the back, that grate breaks exactly the same way.
They do make the distinction between him just ripping it off just to get going and him just like applying just enough force. When...
Oh yeah. It's a great use of resources in terms of game design because you're just using the same. Oh, here it is again. Boom. Bop.
Yeah, here he just has to. He has to get a move on. He just rips it off and keeps going.
Yeah, but if there was enemies, it's like, oh, he has to do a little quieter.
Yeah, and especially these too. Yeah, this
Nice
one goes
detail.
off. Yeah, and from the outside, from the inside out, it's like he just slightly nudges it off the wall,
Yeah,
so it doesn't like fall and make noise.
I always compare it to like Deus Ex because you're also running around in the air ducts in Deus Ex. The difference is, Batman's destroying all these crates, whereas Deus Ex, you just push a button, the door opens, like it's designed for crawling.
Oh,
so you have to,
I mean, you do have to wonder, a man of his size, how is he able to fit in through those vents?
yeah, he's a tall, big guy. Yeah.
The fitting is not the issue. I have a bigger problem with how is he able to crawl in forward and then turn around inside that thing to kick the way out.
Yeah, at running speed.
And get out with his legs first.
That's a good point, yeah.
You're not actually playing Batman, you're actually playing Clayface posing as Batman.
No.
See, with Adam Jensen, he's a cyborg, so he could probably crouch and then move really quickly with his super legs.
You can probably just compress some of his cybernetics so that he can fit. But even then.
Oh, and then he just spider walks while the camera is not
his
showing
hand
him.
Because his arms can turn into like multiple appendages, like tiny ones, and spin on a 360 pivot point. So it's like, hey, you can turn it into wheels. Just like off he goes.
All right, so now Wayne Tech upgrades. Wait, he has to buy upgrades from a company he owns?
Yes.
It's to look. You have to keep up the illusion.
I'm stealing
Well, I
from
don't
Wayne
know
Tech.
why.
Some of the
I don't know
images
why
is like
It could also be money. Look, it could also be money laundering. You don't get to be the richest man of Gotham by spending money.
laundering.
Batman
Really?
is back.
Okay, I'll take that.
Well, I'm just like, he has the belt. Why doesn't he have more than one gadget? I don't know.
Well, this was just a round trip from to the asylum and back. He only starts with the batarangs because it's like this was just to drop Joker off and leave.
Well, I'm like, he has a grappling hook, right? But he needs like the weird
Lots of
upgrade
stability.
to hold down walls or some shit.
Yeah, the explosive gel, which is in the car, and the car's still here. So
Oh, the explosive gel is hilarious. It is like, yeah, I'm gonna spray paint this wall with the bat symbol, and then I'm gonna blow it up. And it happens every time. It's amazing. You just
To the point where in the end, he just puts it all over his fist and punches Joker.
That's so funny.
speaking of the boss fights, it's like now here's the template for literally every boss fight in the game.
Don't even fight him, Giga. Don't even fight him.
Yeah, you know this is so scripted. You can dodge him the whole time. You don't have to do
No,
anything.
Giga Man, you have to punch him.
No, don't
You're
punch
Batman.
No, don't punch him.
He's dead.
Punch him.
No, just do the Fist of the North Star shit. You're already dead, buddy.
Use your
The guy
batarang.
he just threw is dead now with that impact.
Giga Man, you're gonna have to use your X-ray vision to see if that guy's dead.
Yeah, look at his bones.
Or... Use your explosive gel.
I don't have it yet. It's in the car. It's in the trunk of the car.
Use your glue grenade.
And there, I shocked him.
Okay, punch him.
No, don't even punch him. Nah.
Oh, you messed
watch.
up.
Watch.
Use your cape. Which, by the way, I love using the cape to stun people. It's awesome.
I just
Oh,
want
yeah,
a parody where the music just sort of slows down and just stops to a halt.
Teabag him.
This cutscene here.
Wow, that was a
What, you just waited out?
yeah. It was
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's like no matter what you do, it's like the guy gives out from a heart attack because he can't handle the serum.
Like I said, he's already dead.
Yeah, he just keeled over. Now this is just. He threw a batarang before. It's like, why doesn't he just grapple up to Joker and end this right now?
We need
Because he wants to
steroid.
fight.
We need
He wants to
steroid.
fight to keep going.
No, Giga, because we need steroid. Volleyball beats Joker. Gordon's the ref.
Now, what I just find funny is like as soon as you boot up the story, it's like with a decent PC, it's like the first gameplay section is already loaded within like 2 seconds of the opening cutscene.
Where's the kid named Finger?
Finger. What are you talking?
Oh,
So,
wait,
yeah,
that's an Arkham.
again, this guy alone is the template for the entire lineup of boss fights except one.
What, you just
Except
wait until
they-
they die?
No,
this one just keels over because that's the prototype. That's the first guy that gets injected.
No,
with
he
this.
means you fight more of these monsters than that.
Yeah, the rest of them you actually fight, and I think the next one is going to be someone familiar.
Joker went through that door. What's on the other side?
I love these cutscenes where you're just talking to people. It's like almost like Fallout or Skyrim.
Can I just say it's like Unreal Engine 3 aged like
Or no, not Fallout, but Mass Effect, right? That it does that same thing.
Wasn't Mass Effect also built off Unreal Engine 3?
Yeah.
For the visuals, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But look at look at just the pre-rendered cutscenes for this game. They still hold up to this day.
Better than a remastered version.
Well, the remastered version is the remastered version cutscenes are still pre-rendered like this one. They just replaced the models.
Yeah, but it seems like everybody got a facelift for some reason.
Yeah, I'm just like it just looks. It's like they just tried,
like Batman in those games looks like Dolph Lundgren for some reason.
Yeah, they tried too hard to have like at least Batman's face be in line with Arkham Knight, and it did not fit.
No, it didn't.
Trying to cram a shitty game into a good game. It just does not.
Yeah, I wonder who all these trophies belong to.
Wait, hold on. You gotta check if those people are alive.
Deceased.
Deceased. Oh yeah, they're dead. Shit.
Yep, they're dead. Well, they got killed by Joker and his guys.
Oh yeah, Oracle. She's my girl. No one touch her.
Don't worry, I'm getting him back.
Good to see she's up and about.
Oracle, I'm getting him back. Joker will not win. I won't let him.
Of course you won't, because you're the goddamn stubborn Batman.
A guard named Frank Bowles attacked him. If I find Frank, I'll find your father.
Bruce, hurry, please.
Alright, the next target on our hit list.
Gigaman, I love that you know where to go. Because
also, a riddle right here that I can't get yet because I can't scan.
Penguin.
Yep.
See, that was another issue with Detective Vision, where it's like you have to constantly follow alcohol trails or cigar trails.
Not even that. It's the fact that it's too good, like I said earlier.
Well, I know, but I'm just like, if you don't want to use it, unfortunately, you have to know where you're going.
Well, it's not all the damn time. It's like they're at least spread out.
No, yeah.
Setting up a crime scene.
So what's the plan? Isolate something in that room unique to Bowles?
Exactly.
I just love it though. He can track alcohol breath or cigar breath.
I can follow traces of
Like
alcohol from Frank's bourbon in the atmosphere.
if your first reaction to this isn't it's goddamn ridiculous, I don't know what to say. It's so ridiculous it would make Cavernacle's head explode. It's that bad.
See, criminals are stupid. They gotta hold their breath in
Who's
so that Batman can't track them.
Who's the voice actress of Oracle? She sounds very familiar.
Shit.
Nerd.
I used to know this, but
What exactly?
the voice actor for Oracle.
That is. It's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. Kim Brooks, I think.
Oh, geez, it's Ashley.
It's Ashley. Yes.
I just heard her in the Dragon Age anime on Netflix. It's coming out soon. I was like, hey, that's Ashley. Like, what the
What?
hell?
What? Repeat that?
Yeah, she plays an elf or something. I can't remember. Who
No, repeat that. Dragon Age anime?
Yeah, it's
oh my
coming
god.
on Netflix.
Is it an actual anime or is it just another Netflix cartoon that they call anime?
It looks like an anime on Netflix, yeah.
So it's cartoon.
So it's a cartoon.
The style is anime-ish, yeah.
Oh, anime style, yeah.
Is it like the Castlevania stuff?
No, not really.
Be honest.
It's a little different.
I don't trust your judgment.
Yeah, I'd have to compare the two. I have to, like, remember exactly.
B-Man, Mr. J doesn't want you following us just yet.
Oh my god, she's too sexy for this game. We gotta cover her up.
Yeah. I mean, we brought this up when I started the playthrough on the actual server. That it's like the only reason why Arlene Sorkin came back is because Harley definitely works better as just the henchwoman. Before this whole push that they gave her after in the 2010s.
But don't you like playing as her?
I mean, it's just for the one DLC. So while I'm still against it just because she got her own, it's like it's not offensively forced. It's optional as well. So whatever.
I was gonna say, Smud, the actor for Oracle is Kimberly Whoops for Asylum and City.
Yeah, Ashley from.
And then they changed it to Ashley Green in Arkham Knight. So I didn't even know there was a.
They changed her last.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Did she get married?
I didn't even know she was recasted. Like what?
Well, you can hear it's obviously the same person. It sounds very similar. So, and she's in so many things. So you just have to like see if she's trying to play the little girl or the older woman.
I've looked at some pictures. This is not an anime. This is a cartoon.
All right.
Yeah, anime style cartoon. Exactly. Figured as much.
I don't even want to call it that.
Not even that.
It's this under animated crap that you constantly get from the US.
Well,
that just imitates the looks and the facial expressions, but does it wrong.
You think that BioWare would have learned its lesson when they tried to do that 3D thing with Dragon Age, Path of the Seeker, or whatever the hell it was called?
And then what was it? Paragon lost it. With Mass Effect,
don't even. That is absolute garbage. That is one of the worst things I've seen.
When does it take place? What, before?
No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay.
What? Like, remind me. When exactly did they put that fucking thing of like what?
After
in the year?
Yeah.
In the year between the prologue and the rest of Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, Shepard was already quote unquote dead at that point already.
Yeah.
That's the only way the collectors thought they were gonna get away with their shit, though.
That's why what's his face was doing. Well, that's why he was involved, the main character, and why he is who he is in Mass Effect 3, which no one cares about because he's just some musclehead dude that no one really. No one really cares about James. All the new characters, they're all late to the party, but they have to give him a backstory. It's kind of like with Mass Effect 2. There was the game with Taylor. And Miranda was like the handler, and Jacob was the main character. But his character was so different.
Jacob was the black guy.
Yeah, it was like Mass Effect Galaxy or something like that, and he was just the guy, just generic hero man. And you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then he's an actual character in Mass Effect 2, and he's like this totally different character, and you're just like, what? What happened? How'd this work? So they try to. They do all this bridging material, all this supplementary gaming, comic books, anime, 3D stuff, 3D anime, whatever you want to call that genre. And it's just like, it doesn't work. It's not cool. It's not that entertaining. And it breaks lore half the time.
And will only be revealed to those dedicated enough to discover it.
That was pretty good.
Remind me, wasn't Paragon Lost anime style?
It was. Oh god, this style is so bad. I don't know what to call it.
Maybe call it the style of shit.
I don't know. The quality in general is bad. It's the same with the comic books. The comic books are so bad. Badly drawn, badly written. The dialogue is shit. Liara is a superhero for no reason. Like, all this crap is just
Not yet, but I'm getting close.
lost in the...
Did you have your eyes adjusted? Maybe it's really good and we just can't see it.
Yeah, with Matt
Maybe we're
Walters,
blind.
he's still in charge. He's in charge of the whole frickin' studio, as far as I remember. Or at least the projects for Mass Effect. So it's like, oh, what are they doing? He's still there.
It's like this guy's contemplating his life choices.
It's like, my spine is fine. I can't move it.
No, he's doing yoga.
Yeah, he's planking.
Yoga fire.
He's doing the Joe Biden pose that Smud Boy had him.
That's the sixth. That's got to be the sixth great you pulled off.
That's the that was what it had. That has its own name, but the guy just there was doing that. Oh boy, here's where the game like actually gives you the proper introduction to the fucking. Yeah, like right here. See, like shift it to the side.
Oh.
All right, here it is, boys.
Oracle. Joker's men have taken control of the cell block transfer corridor.
What?
Not good. I patched into a guard radio. It sounds like Joker's
The hell was
got
that?
their hands on weapons.
I know. I'll calibrate the Cowl's vision mode to isolate armed henchmen. The direct approach is suicide. We need to be smart. Find a different way past them.
So
Yeah, I do love the inner monologues that he has.
Right, so here's basically the bare bones introduction to the stealth, how to take guys down.
I'm gonna crush your windpipe for 5 seconds, and then you're out cold. Okay.
Crush your windpipe. No, it's just stop. It's just stop circulation of oxygen.
Yeah, that would take a lot. Maybe he has like chloroform or something. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, and the bat gloves.
The bat gloves.
That's an addition.
He's got a freaking injection.
No, it's like
just for this reason, though.
Much bat chloroform.
No problem, boss. The boys are just finished.
and I'm just saying, it's like at least this first game and the next game, it's such a goldmine of amazing dialogue like this. But it also takes into account when you set foot in it.
Well, you know, you can also break the henchman's legs, and they just go unconscious.
Somehow.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not what happened, but you know, whatever. Oh my god, nobody cleans these vents? They're so dirty.
Okay, this is like gotta be number 10 now, 11.
You're counting the grates?
Every time you open a grate, you have to open another grate.
I mean,
he's like CinemaSins, but for grates.
Yeah, can you imagine the Acme grate company is like, oh my god, what the hell happened? Every freaking grate has been opened. We're gonna have to replace them all. What you guys do? Got a rat problem or something?
Meanwhile, we got like 6 gargoyles in this room.
Exactly. Yes.
Can't explain how. Just have 6 gargoyles in the room for no reason.
No, they're all over the asylum. That's what's funny about it. Inside, yeah. Really? Okay.
Yeah, the interior designers like we got to make a giant penitentiary for crazy people. Would be really good if we just spent all this money on stone statuettes and hung them up on the ceiling. It'd be great.
Right now,
well, yeah, and then they started bombing them, and it's like, oh, so you know where he might go.
I'm surprised you want to intern here at Arkham.
Wait, no, Gingaman. Arkham Origins told me a different story.
Fuck you, mad love.
These are hardcore psychotics. Most would rather kill you than...
These are hardcore.
Well, yeah, they replaced the other doctor with one of the ones that's already been established up to this point in this game.
Alright.
Be careful.
What's her name, Dr. Young? As opposed to
no, that's one of that specifically was one of the doctors that was helping, well, quote unquote, helping Zaz. But we all know how fucked up Zaz is.
Irredeemably fucked up.
But the thing is, with there, it's like all of the villains in this game have their own set of 5 interview tapes. Harley's interview tapes almost exclusively take from her debut episode in the animated series Mad Love. Or at the very least, it's the episode where her backstory is revealed.
I love the henchman, by the way.
I mean, Whisp has been seeing the series for the longest time now. You should know.
Over there.
I'm still missing the last 5 episodes, and I think that one is part of it. I think that's the final episode.
Mad Love? No. They don't show that episode that late. I think it's one of the earlier ones of the.
No, it's
after the redesign
of New Batman season 2, episode 11. It's the last one.
Whoa! How did you get discovered? You're supposed to be Batman.
Well, I gotta improvise.
So that's what.
Hey, he's over there.
Yeah, so that's season 6. Season 6, last episode.
I'm just like, where was this guy going? There was nowhere to go.
Gingaman, I proved you wrong with facts and logic.
What? What was I wrong about?
It's the last episode of season 6.
Mad Love, really?
Yes, it's the final episode.
That can't be though.
The
What?
series is not chronologic. The episodes are not in chronological order.
Maybe the way you're watching it.
No.
Yay. That's just weird. But anyway.
Not like as well as the episode that reveals
oh boy, here we
original
are.
Robin quitting and becoming Nightwing is also a late episode in that season.
The Riddler. I do love. What's this guy's name? Edward? Or no?
He just said it, Eric.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
No, the actor. Sorry.
The actor. That's a whole different thing.
God, I forget his name, but he does a good job as Riddler.
Pretty much the best Riddler, honestly.
He just looks
Let me
dumb.
see. I'll look it up.
Cut yourself on this sharply observed portrait.
According to IMDb, the guy that did the voice of the Riddler in this game was Wally Wingart.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the tallest in the Invaders Zone.
Oh, really?
The red one.
Okay. Now there's one more thing up here. And this one... And this is shared across all the Arkham games except Origins, the alignment puzzles.
Don't get too full of yourself, Dark Knight.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
It was a massacre. Bowles came walking in telling everyone to cover the front entrance. Said something about Joker's army coming through the main gate. 2 of my guys moved to the exit, and Frank shot him dead. They never stood a chance.
Was Bowles alone?
Thought he was. Then I saw Harley Quinn. She was surrounded by...
Say it again, the voice acting in this game overall is pretty solid.
I had no choice. I got in here, locked the door.
Despite the dated Unreal Engine 3 animations.
Bowles is dead. They carried on without him. Must have outlived.
I like when in Arkham Knight when Kevin Conroy starts getting angry, like when he's interrogating some of the henchmen.
And I'm just like, it's a year removed from City. It's like close to a year after City. So I'm just like, it hasn't been that long. So what the hell happened with his voice?
Yeah, there was some time, but I still like Kevin Conroy and what he's able to do.
One more nugget of dialogue before we leave the Asylum interior. Hmm.
Joker here. I'm in control of Arkham Island, and you can all consider it out of bounds. If I see any law
Ah.
I'll start detonating random bombs around the city. Was it me? A kindergarten? A hospital? A billionaire's mansion? Oh, choice.
Legacy mentioned the CW Kevin Conroy appearance. That was special.
No, it was special, but at the same time, completely fucking wasted.
Well, that's
Yeah, I guess that was his last notable work before he kicked
No,
the
well,
bucket.
the last thing he did as Batman was Multiverses.
The game, or what are you talking about?
The Multiverses game, yeah.
He's in that?
Yeah. Like, they got a lot of pretty, like, they got a lot of the original actors for most of the roster to come back for Multiverses, including Conroy as Batman. And even in that, even in a damn platform, even in a Smash clone platform fighter, he's still able to bring his A game as Batman.
I might have to play that. I mean,
it's free.
I gotta see. Yeah,
free to play.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that is a weird game. Yeah, I saw the Steam page where I was like, whoa.
It's fine, honestly.
It'd be a cool game if they didn't include all of the Steven Universe bullshit.
Or the Rick and Morty stuff.
I mean,
yeah, it's just like, dude, I don't care about this.
It's a Warner Brothers platform fighter, of course. That's inevitable.
Yeah, it's like Nintendo has theirs, and then Warner Brothers has theirs, and all these other.
I mean, on the bright side, you get to pummel the little shit.
What? Yeah, but I don't want to see Kevin Conroy talk to, I don't know, the weird three-eyed lady in Steven Universe.
Well, but a lot of Conroy's Batman lines in that game are just pretty much roasting everyone.
Really? So he's still red-pilled and based? Okay.
He's based. Batman's still based in Multiverses, yes.
Oracle, disable the Batmobile's countermeasure system.
I saw the alert. What's wrong? Where are you?
I'm outside the Arkham mansion.
I feel sorry for any serious character that gets trapped in some multiverse bullshit like that.
Okay, done.
Well, there's no story to it. It's just have them all fight each other for fun. Whatever.
Yes, yes, still.
Why wouldn't there be a story though?
I would still feel sorry for anyone having to fight this Steven Universe crap.
I mean, Batman can do it.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for him that he has to.
I don't mind, like, if he kills him, but he doesn't kill, so...
Yeah,
it's
just torture. There's no satisfaction.
Exactly. Yeah, you see how big the moon is?
It's a very nice attention to detail that Gotham itself is still in view of Arkham Island. To the point where you can still see the Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, I wish you could actually go back to Asylum and explore in Arkham Knight.
That would have been, if anything, that would have been DLC.
I wouldn't mind.
Maybe like set in between City and Night, just for good measure. Just to, it's like, whatever.
You could have, I don't know, just some random, I don't know, henchmen to take it over for whatever reason. Drug deal.
Like if they had actually used Hush for...
Alfred, I need to take down these drug dealers.
If they had given more of a damn about Hush, maybe they could have resolved his plot line in a DLC where you go back to the asylum.
When Batman is having sex, what do you think he sounds like?
What?
We were doctors, politicians.
Sorry, I was referencing Kevin Conroy's performance in The Killing Joke. You remember when he had the bad sex with Batgirl?
Oh, get out of here with that.
I'm just wondering what he would have sounded like.
Remember the scene when Joker had a pointless musical number?
Oh yeah, that's right. Kevin Conroy was singing a what was it? It's a style of music. It's a lounge music.
My blue.
Yeah, with JLA.
Yeah. Hey. To be fair, even with someone like Batman, he made it work.
Yeah, he's Batman.
Well, and I love when he was laughing too, like
in Killing Joke, yeah.
It was funny. Well, even in this game, you can jump into the joke gas, have him die, and he actually starts laughing.
Yeah, but usually you opt to use the grapple prompt to get out of there immediately, as you should.
Doesn't he have a gas mask here?
Nah, in the Arkham series, no.
What's his utility belt of holding good for then?
Bat snacks, as Joker said.
Yeah. I knew someone was gonna make that joke.
He pulls out bat snacks and throws it at Joker.
He pulled out fat Cheez-Its.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Like, no, Batman, eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. He's Bale Batman, and then he eats the Snickers. Better? Yes. He's Conroy Batman.
I think it'd be funnier if it was Joker eating the Snickers, because it's just normal Joker, and it's like, you're not you when you're hungry, Joker. Eat a Snickers.
Oh.
Jared Leto.
I was gonna say Jared Leto.
Jared Leto Joker eats the Snickers. Mark Hamill Joker.
It's like better. Better.
By the way, we're saying Snickers, okay? So no one get the wrong idea.
I mean, we can say yes, the candies, Snickers, almond,
red skeletons.
Well, that's just a UI thing where that's just they're armed.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then they changed from red to orange in City.
Well, I think in my honest opinion, orange is better.
Oh yeah, because it's not commie red, so. I love that Batmobile. I don't care what anyone thinks. It's a sexy Batmobile.
It is. It's a one-seater, right?
Two-seater.
Yep.
No,
two-seater. No, yeah.
As big as Batman is?
It's deep.
I know.
Fit in there.
No, because he had the Joker in there.
Yeah, you can see the two seats right there.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. Maybe
one seat there, one seat there.
Do you shrink when you jump in there?
I don't.
He uses the bat shrink.
lots of leg room, I guess. I don't know.
Now, from the explosive gel onwards, this is where the Metroidvania elements of Arkham Asylum kick in.
Looks like there was a scuffle.
You just better not set it to W for Wumble.
This is a bit. Yeah, I love. This is so crazy.
Design-wise, gameplay design-wise, like this definitely takes a lot of cues from Metroid.
You do have to wonder why Batman needs a Batmobile. I mean, he has the Batplane.
I can go through a window. I have to break the ceiling.
Electric Gate.
It's bat-proof, so you know he can't.
It's all bulletproof glass anyway, guys. Come on.
No, it's bat-proof.
Well,
hey, Batman should
These
use
things
guns.
are all made out of chopsticks.
What?
It must be like a really, really diluted version of plastique that it does a very, very small explosion.
It's quick cement.
I'm looking at the live chat. Hawk and Legacy. Yes. Don't tell me no. It's bat sex. Yes.
It's
Eric.
No. Well, it's not Eric that said it was Hawk and Legacy. He just said.
No. Have some respect for him, man.
If it makes sense for anyone to be in the Smudtalk, it's Hawk, but too late now.
Hawk likes to pretend he has a job.
If he wants, he can switch in for me.
That's fine.
No, the more the merrier.
Yeah, we need a resident European to make it official.
Well, Hawk's the one that said that he is an admitted Batman fan, like some of us here already. So,
but why does he call Christian Bale a pussy?
My father fell first.
Because Christian Bale isn't really that good of a Batman.
Well, every time they depict him, he's either crippled or getting uncrippled. I don't know.
And just Bane picks up Batman, just fucking he does the back brake but in reverse.
Does this Batman have a leg brace? Maybe he's crippled too. You don't know.
Now here's one of the stupid portraits for upgrades. Like, look at this. It's like,
I don't care, Gingaman. That is great.
Give me your lunch money.
My posture is horrible. I'm gonna punch you anyway.
Just ask him, give me your lunch money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Bat Bully.
Can you hear that, detective?
Bat Bully.
Another attention to detail, like Riddler constantly getting more and more pissed off that you're finding his shit. That is absolutely true to the character.
This is Gordon's pipe. Barbara gave it to him.
Oh look, more tracking.
Batman, follow my cigar trail.
But at least for this early portion, I do know where to go. So
I don't know if you guys are playing the Wolverine game, where you play as Wolverine, and he has smell vision. You could see the trails of air.
Is that? Are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember
that. Are you talking about the X-Men Origins game?
I don't.
Oh yeah, that was a better movie than the actual movie itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the exception of how screwed over they left Deadpool's, like, aside from that one thing, the game is better. The game, with the exception of Deadpool, the game is better than the movie in every single fucking way.
But yeah, I remember that, the smell vision.
But even then, it's like, it's still a pretty, on its own, it's a pretty good God of War clone, honestly.
God of War, really?
It's slightly influenced by that in terms of the combat.
Alright. I might have to check that game out again, but...
The dick!
Love that sound. His muscles just collapse.
Yeah, that's what makes it funnier when the guy is inverted and you end up hitting him in the dick. Or in the ass.
That's a good question. You can hang off people from the gargoyle, right? And it's
but that's an upgrade. But that's an upgrade in this game.
They somehow go unconscious from that.
Yeah, you're not hanging upside down like like a noose. No, you're fine. They're fine. They're just going to sleep.
Well, the blood rushes to their heads, don't you know?
I like to wait there for an hour sometimes because, like, I want to see if they die.
This is feeling like the zoom-ins, like you could do with the camera. It feels like what is that, Metal Gear Solid, with those flashback things, the Shadow Moses. And you're just pressing the MGS4, I think. You press the button. And
yeah, not just
behind you, man. What's behind you?
Well, that's across the whole damn game, not just Shadow Moses. It's most obvious in Shadow Moses because that's the literal nostalgia throwback of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also when he started getting his PTSD, like he's hearing like the voices from the original game.
And it also makes sense because both in universe and in the real world, it's been close 9 to 10 years since MGS1. So one way or the other, it's time-wise, it makes sense.
Gingaman, how do you remember where all these Riddler trophies are?
Well, part of it is because I just played through this early portion of the game in the server.
Jesus Christ, I didn't even remember those two.
A lot of big level design.
Yeah, you didn't expect one here, did you?
By the way, it's batting time, so let's proceed to mantle over everyone.
Excuse you, let me get my trophies first. I'm already here. Like, if you explore enough of the... Why'd I miss it? If you explore enough and get enough of the Riddler stuff, you can max out all the upgrades by the end of the game.
Yeah, you can.
When Project Titan is operational, I believe Joker will be the perfect test subject. Good afternoon. Today I thought
Who's your guys' favorite Batman villain?
Aside from Joker, that's too easy.
I like Clayface.
Yes.
Well, actually, I was going to say Ink in Batman Beyond.
Oh, yeah. Well,
basically
Ink was great.
Oh, I mean, Ink is basically Clayface 2.0.
Yeah, it's She's a more refined version.
Oh, lost a combo there. And then I dropped that guy off the thing.
He's dead. You killed a man.
Nope. Unconscious.
Unconscious
Oh.
falling 5 stories. Okay.
No, his heart stopped. But we can get a beating again. Let me just punch him in the fucking chest. I don't know.
Nah, Batman didn't kill him. The fall did.
It's gravity's fault. I didn't. Look at that. He's
Okay,
dead.
that one was his fault.
No, that was gravity. Damn you, Newton.
It's like when I did that like later in the isolation chambers, like that caught Mike off guard the first time. I was just like, he was like, holy shit.
Yeah, but unfortunately you can't even do that in the city. It's like there's an invisible wall every time.
It reminds me
As
of.
opposed to like Spider-Man, you can just throw anybody off the roof.
Oh god. I don't know if you guys remember watching the How It Should Have Ended. I think it was the first Batman, or no, the second Batman film. And Batman's just charging at him with his motorcycle. He's
Oh
screaming.
yeah, I remember that.
And then, you want to know how I got these Batman? He's in the hospital. He's all a body
He's in a
cast.
full body cast,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's great. Didn't kill him. You hit him with a motorcycle.
Because I'm Batman.
Gingaman, you want to know something interesting?
Find another route.
Yeah.
I was looking at a video of like Out of Bounds for Asylum.
Hold on.
And
Hold that thought.
apparently,
Hold that thought. Gordon is literally right there.
yeah, that's not Gordon.
No,
They
it's
used,
Gordon. It's
they
Gordon,
used
all right.
Harley- They used Harley's in-game model.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Harley kidnapped Harley.
I
Universe will cease to exist because there can only be one.
guess I gotta save money somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, they could have just put Gordon's model down. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It was Gordon the whole time as Harley.
Oh no, it's like
The kid named Finger is actually a girl.
just like how Batman becomes the Joker in Arkham Knight, Gordon becomes Harley.
He turns around and it's just, Gordon, I know you. It's like, Gordon, what are you doing here? I'm not Gordon.
I'm not Gordon.
And I don't smoke cigars. I don't know.
Why is he spraying it like a bad bat?
Well, it's kind of funny he sprays it like a bat. The funny thing for me is he hits the detonator like he's pulling a cord. Like he's pulling.
Because he's a
Just like a
narcissist.
bad smiley face.
He's a narcissist. There you go.
No, he's just crazy.
Well, it's funny because you also have Robin, and he does it in the R. And then I don't know if there's anybody else that's exposed to jail.
Oh yeah, Batgirl. Does she have it? I don't know. There's a DLC for it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Batman's true sidekick. Well, there goes his sidekick. Loud noises and thin metal.
The physics for the grades are just hilarious to me.
Why doesn't Batman use the grate to punch an enemy or something?
Because it's too soft. The metal's too weak.
No stealth section.
Why does he need the doctor?
Whoa, what was that? He just...
Oh, wait.
Oh, I love this mission because I know what to do already.
He's Spider-Man.
Well, that's just part of the inverted takedown. Part of it is that you can like hang off the gargoyle. It's mainly just for style, honestly.
Yeah, but it becomes...
Why are there gargoyles inside the...
Well, that's just part of... I honestly don't know why Amadeus Arkham was so obsessed with gargoyles. I really don't know.
Because he knew Batman was coming, so he had to invent a way to...
And there's three guys already taken out.
Don't you normally place the gargoyles outside your building so that they keep the bad things out?
Again, blame
You see what I mean?
Amadeus.
Like, you'd think that would be the case, but I don't know.
So you just blew 3 guys up with a bomb.
Well, 2 of them were next to explodable surfaces, like exploding that, like near them, like sends debris their way.
Yeah,
And the
shrapnel
third guy,
kills people.
and the third guy I
No, it's
strung up
explosive
like
kill.
that. The third guy I strung up there.
And then you dropped him like 5 stars.
It is weird, like, considering, like, the ceiling.
And his neck is broken.
Yeah.
You probably have head trauma. Just saying.
Like, Batman is just nearly killing everyone. And, like, you have to assume if they're not dead, their bones are broken.
Well, it's like you can drive the car, and then you can't actually run people over. It just electrocutes them.
Oh yeah, that.
It's like, what? At 100 miles per hour?
And they go flying too.
It's always the Joker teeth too. There's always Joker teeth.
And then once they're unconscious, it's like, what? I can't run them over? It's like, the tires are squeezing their bodies. It's like, how are they not dead? I don't know.
Forget doors, I'll just break a wall for you.
Oh, looky.
That Killer Croc?
Yep. That's. I think that. Yeah, that is Killer Crocs, right?
Oh, screw you, Enigma.
Yep.
One more thing. Yep, over
You
here.
guys ever seen that meme of like, Batman, could you help us find the rest of the what was it, the officer, the fire officers or something? And then Batman's just like, sorry, I got AR missions to do.
I was exposed to a wealth of new ideas. I began my day returning home in good spirits,
Rar.
eager to see my wife and family.
The silence speaks for
I
itself.
ended it kneeling in their blood.
Well, she cut off. Oh, she cut off the Chronicle of Arkham. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I have
Oh, my ears.
I don't know what happened.
Can somebody play Nirvana? Something's in the way.
How'd she get here?
Same actress, different character.
They obviously didn't want to be followed.
It's totally Barbara, she has red hair. I'm the greatest detective.
No.
We'll be fine.
No, it's Scarecrow.
Meanwhile, Steve Bloom.
Oh yeah, he's in this game, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's Croc in this game and the next one.
What? He is?
Yeah, Steve Bloom is Croc in this and the next game.
Anyway, I think I'll call it quits early tonight.
Okay, Wisp.
Alright. Good night, Wisp. Hope you're doing well.
Hawk, if you're still in the chat, you're more than welcome to hop in. Just let us know.
Hawk claims he has COVID, apparently.
It's the internet. What's his excuse?
Yeah, I heard
we can't take that chance.
I don't want to catch it.
Yeah, we can't take that chance.
Yeah.
Hawk smells so bad, I can hear it.
I heard that, I don't know which pharmaceutical company is doing it, but they're doing a COVID flu shot, cold shot vaccine.
What the hell is that? Don't combine them.
Yeah, it's like a generic shot.
Yeah, Smud, you know, one of my coworkers, I think he's like mid-60s, he took that shot, and now he may be on his deathbed.
Oh my god.
So,
Oof.
Yeah, that's great combo to have.
You think after all this time people would have learned their lesson? It's like, it's not a good idea.
Oh look, Dr. Young is surrendered.
Well, isn't it like interjecting like a live virus?
It's not a live virus. It's the things that make it viral are removed. So it's the same protein sequence, I guess you could say, of the DNA molecule. I think it's like they call it the RNA transcriptase. So the body can identify it. Problem is, it doesn't have. It's not completely. The ones that we've been getting, at least past 2 years, have not been completely inert. They do other things to the body that they haven't quite figured out yet.
But not for long.
Which is why there's nothing wrong with being skeptical, but we've had vaccines for hundreds of years now, and they go through years and years of testing. So the ones that we've been getting, maybe a few months at most, some cases. And even then, those are only good for like a month or two, because a new variant comes out, after that time anyway.
It's dangerous out there.
Don't worry, Dr. Young. Nothing's gonna happen to you. I promise.
Yeah, go ahead and tell Smud who voices Dr. Young.
Cree Summer. The voice of I forget her face from Batman Beyond.
Yeah, she was in there too.
She's not the girlfriend.
Where's the doctor named Ode?
No, just cue the Sunny and just cue the Sunny in Philadelphia theme of just I promise nothing will happen to you.
Wow. Batman still didn't kill anybody, so. This is one of the few games where I don't mind getting the game over because they're like having the villain speak to you is funny to me.
Oh yeah. Arr.
We represent all medical specialties and offer a wide range of medical, surgical, diagnostic, and well.
Batman! Don't speak. You're safe now.
But it's a trap.
I know. Just not for me.
I mean, I could have yelled that when you came into the room, but okay. It's a trap thing.
What the hell? Get down there, boys. See if he can detect being punched in the face. What are you waiting for? No fools, eh? Get down there now!
What? Did that guy seriously say you hit like a girl?
No, I'm just like one of them just T-posed.
I like how you punch him in the stomach and he grabs his head.
Well, that's just the way they can not have the models ragdoll too much. They just have the default like body straightened out as much as possible and hands close to the head, just so that it doesn't go too nuts. And then they remove that for Arkham City Onward.
Well, it's funny whenever you do a ground takedown, you can punch them in the crotch and somehow they pass out.
We were talking about him earlier.
Easy, isn't it? Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Again, Edward. You know I'm better than you. Just give up.
You know you're projecting, Edward, when you say you were cheating.
Just wait until his interview tapes. So many Joker teeth though. That's one of the complaints with the game. The Joker teeth everywhere.
Yeah, I remember I had spent almost an entire day trying to find like 3 remaining Joker teeth. For the love of God, couldn't find it. And then it turned out it was on top of the warden's office. Yeah, it's like there's no stairs, there's nothing in between. I don't know, it's just dumb. But maybe I'm not falling.
Cash, what happened?
There was an alarm in medical. I heard someone shouting and found the doctor.
I like Aaron Cash, he's cool.
When I went to help him, the room was flooded with gas. These doors locked down. You can't get out.
Yeah, I wonder why he doesn't have his hand anymore.
How brave. Let's give Mr. Cash a great big hand. He could use
Oh, wrong way.
That's just mean.
Yeah. It's revealed later that Croc is the one that chomped his hand off.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it's in one of the interview tapes, but they definitely make mention of it later in the series, especially in Arkham Knight when you finally bring him in.
Yeah, they try to bookend that with Arkham Knight. It's like, he lost a tail or a hand. I lost a hand.
Yeah, exactly. Croc lost his hand, like in the experiments they were doing on the on that airship, fucking airship prison. Come on.
Yeah, because that's a great idea.
Totally. Meanwhile,
Next thing you know, we'll have like a submarine prison. Oh yeah, I love using the batarang on that guy that's hanging by the rope.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, but you should do it now because it's funny.
Yeah, he's totally fine. He could swim.
Yes, he is. Oh damn.
Well, I'm just like he's breathing in that gas. Doesn't that already? Aren't you already dead?
Conscious. Okay, who brought who brought a monkey? Unconscious.
See, Smud, he's totally fine.
Oh yeah.
Just and Smud in his head is just like, I don't fucking believe you.
His neck is like off to the side.
No, that's for later.
So what's going on? My radio went dead soon after you brought Joker in.
It's always funny when you beat them to unconscious. You're like, okay, talk. What are the other drugs?
Oh, speaking of Riddler.
One would have to be severely paranoid.
Somebody please play some Nirvana. Something in the way. Just go.
Very well. What is it that walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, and finally 3 legs?
I got ringside seats.
I was gonna say, Gingaman, you could throw a batarang on that present.
First of all, not at this guy though. You need to do the cape stun on him to be able to.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying when you throw it, it's like the enemy's surprised that you saw him. It's like, oh yeah, I got detective vision, buddy.
I mean, he should be surprised enough that I was able to counter him that quickly.
Are they okay?
Yes, they're safe now.
Batman.
It's always funny the amount of people that Batman can beat into a coma, and enemies are still like, "What, you chicken? I could take on the Batman."
It's not safe, Doctor. The island's a war zone.
Like, did you not see what he was able to do over the past however many years he's been active?
At this point, 8 years.
8 years, like, dude.
I'm just like,
Do you really think you could take on the Batman? Go ahead.
Even in games like Arkham City, even in the next game, Arkham City is like, they know what he's capable of, and they're still like, yeah, I can take the bat. Hell no.
Someone sees them throw their friend off the balcony there, and it's like, I could take you on. I could take you on, just over and over.
Oh. I meant to hit the teeth. Come on. Give me the teeth. Mine.
Pretty sure it came over there.
Okay, now I can just take these two guys immediately. Ouch.
I think my favorite part of these games is when you take down every villain and then they get terrified and you just show up and they're so shocked to see you.
Oh, I'm happy we made it. What? I missed some Joker teeth. I only got 2. Fuck.
I love the sequence.
Ah, yes.
It's too easy. Oh, think about it. I got you trapped in a little metal box, hanging precariously over a deadly drop. What say I just blow the emergency brakes and drop you like a sack of puppies? Say goodnight, bats. Boom! Only kidding. Got a few more surprises in store for you. Prepare to face your fears. All of them!
Oh, this sequence, yeah.
Yes, one of the defining aspects of the Arkham series. I am very happy that we at least made it to this point.
Yeah, it's so weird that they recasted him. What do you guys think about the Scarecrow sequences?
For the
You mean like
time
in
they
all,
were-
all three games?
Yeah, sure.
I like the first one. Like I like this gimmick of it.
Well, remind me, how did they do it in City? No, I think it was with Mad Hatter, was it?
Yeah, it was Mad Hatter in City.
But unfortunately for City, that it was just the one section because it was a side quest.
Right.
Also,
And then Arkham Knight, he
you
was
know-
the main villain.
And you also something's off with because of the eyes.
It is weird that Mad Hatter is able to like I don't know how he's hypnotizing Batman to do crazy shit, but
Every time
Holy
every time I do that, Mike has PTSD.
it's comic book accuracy.
It's the wonky physics. But yeah, this is like
See, how is he able to fit in these vents? And then like you got those long ass bat ears.
the vents are just that big.
Do they bend down? Is he able to control the ears? Or,
I'm sorry.
They just retract into his helmet.
If only.
He takes his helmet off before entering the vent. Wait, would you expose your identity? No.
I'm sorry. I was too late.
I'm sorry. The number you've dialed isn't available. Please leave a message after the tone.
You know what? It's funny since we're at the Scarecrow sequences. I'm just like, could you imagine people playing the Xbox 360 version of this game, and then they get to the third sequence, and then they think they're Xbox Red Ringed.
Oh
that would have been some shit.
It was pretty effective. I played this on a PS3, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on? Did my TV short out?"
Oh yeah,
Like a man.
Oh yeah, Conroy also voices Thomas Wayne in the Arkham series.
No, really?
Yep.
Does he also voice Martha?
Why'd you say that? Oh gee, I wonder if he'd be in here.
God damn, I can't ever take Martha seriously anymore.
Oh, Alfred, you look so different.
Yeah, where is Alfred?
Well, he's not anywhere in this game. That's why he's mainly in the next game. Oh boy, what happened to the Asylum?
Alfred, where are you?
Alfred, help! The world's crumbling beneath me.
Yeah, speaking of where people are, remember Jason Todd is somewhere in one of these rooms.
We were talking about this like the first time we were around this part of the game in the server. It was like it makes no goddamn sense for Jason to be in the asylum during the asylum incident. It doesn't. They tried to shoehorn his torture during this very game, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, but where's Robin?
Tim Drake is already Robin at this point, basing it mainly on the Batgirl DLC in Arkham Knight, because the Batgirl DLC is like a year or so before Asylum, a couple of years, give or take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin in circles, in circles.
Yeah, Tim's
Yeah,
already.
see, I love these sequences story-wise. With the gameplay, I'm just like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? The gameplay.
It's a nice change of pace from the core gameplay, in my opinion.
Well, I generally do not like dream sequences in stories that are not necessarily interactive, but it just feels like you don't have to do this. But because it's a video game, it's like, hey, we could make it interactive, even though this would work just as fine as a 2-minute cutscene or in-game engine scenario.
Yeah.
I just hate when it like one hit kills you. I'm like,
yeah, it comes down to being a puzzle.
a little peep of you, you're done. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, it just comes down to being a wonky puzzle to play with the ideas of mind control and this and that, and that's fine with the character because that's what the character does. He has this crazy drug.
I'm fine.
So you can get away with it because it's a video game that has the capacity to do that crazy interactive platforming thing. But is it necessary?
Not
fine.
entirely, but it's understandable why they wanted to give Scarecrow the spotlight in that way.
Must have affected me more than I thought.
Are you lost, little
Must have affected me more than I thought. Really? You think so?
Oh, and that's not even the worst of it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
See, this is where they should do a thing where Batman is figuring out how do I solve this drug in my body. Kind of like with the first Batman film, where Batman just goes, "Oh, I figured out the formula. How people are dying. It's a combination of like 2 out of 3 healthcare products that cause the people to get the Joker smile and go psychotic."
Oh yeah, you're talking about the '89 one. I thought you were. I don't know what, but I thought you were talking about the Batman Begins.
Oh, well,
boy.
Even though it was shown off screen that Batman just figured this out, and he's telling Vicky Vale, "Hey, this is what the thing does." You have to.
Yeah, he hands her a folder.
Yeah, it's like,
there you go.
I did all this work. It's like, oh, okay, Batman's a super genius. Great.
Yeah, awesome.
It's like we don't need to see him mixing chemicals and testing on rats and whatever.
Are you guys talking about Batman Forever?
No.
No, we're talking about '89, the one with Joker, Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah.
Joe Carr.
So because of it being a video game, like you would do collecting samples and conducting experiments and figuring out what this thing does, how it affects the brain, all that good stuff.
I had actually remember watching a review of this game, and he makes the point of like, if movies are like, they're, the story, you remove all the boring parts that you don't want to focus on. It's like video games in terms of storytelling. It's like it puts back the boring parts.
Yeah, well, people say real life is a movie without the soundtrack, and this game doesn't really need a soundtrack per se, even though the music is pretty cool, because it's about the exploration, and as you see, the story is being told as you navigate. So there's this people call the problem with voice logs or audio logs, which is kind of a gimmick. But this is real time. This is happening real time. So it's not just a recording, because there are audio logs. Obviously, we saw them of interviews.
The interview tapes, yeah.
Yeah. So this is happening while you're exploring. So they're using time very well. So you're never really bored because there's something always going on, which is good level design, but also good game design, because it's not just the level. It's pacing. So it's music, it's sound design, it's game design, it's level design. They're doing a lot of things all at once, and that's why these games are so, I wouldn't say immersive, but I'd say more involving than other games of even similar style, like say Hitman or what's that sneak game from, not Eidos, I think it was before.
You took longer than I thought.
Oh, with Sam Fisher.
Well, I don't think would you say the point is not really to be immersed in this game? It's just to be, because like they advertise it as like be the Batman, right?
Yeah, it feels like a Batman experience. Like it's really throwing multiple pieces of media at you.
Splinter Cell, you mean?
Splinter Cell, yeah. That always got a bad rap. That was a weird game franchise.
Funny enough, in one of the more recent Splinter Cell games, they literally have like a quick little cutscene where it's supposed to be a reference to Snake retiring in MGS4.
No, that was Ghost Recon.
In Ghost Recon, yeah.
Yeah, Wildlands. Yeah, one of the DLCs where you play, where you get like his Sam Fisher's equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, hi Bane.
What do you guys think of this version of Bane? I often hear a lot of complaints in the animated series that Bane was done dirty.
I mean, he debuted during the animated series. He debuted in the comics in the 90s. Nightfall. It's like that's why Nightfall is such a big deal, because that was Bane's debut where he broke Batman's back.
Yeah, no, they did him dirty in the Batman and Robin movie.
Yeah, that one specifically, exactly. It's because they tried because Bane usually doesn't work in the Silver Age style, except then came Brave and the Bold, and they showed exactly how Bane can work in Silver Age.
I do think his design here is a little silly, but that's just me.
And again, more proof that the boss fights are dirt simple.
I liked him in Origins. I thought he was done well in that one.
Oh yeah, he was really good in that.
Bit of a cop out at the end, but yes.
Yeah, true.
Because the thing in Arkham Origins, like they even back then, like 8 years prior to this game, like 7 actually, because the game was into his second year as Batman. 7 years before this was like he was still using Venom, not to this extent. Like it's like they explain in Origins he's trying to find a replacement. That's why he like creates the TN1, which is like a more powerful version of the Venom. Ow. Where it's like, but he uses it, he becomes an unstoppable beast at the cost of long-term memory loss. Ow.
Yeah, that honestly, that's silly. It's like, well, we need a way to hide Bruce's secret identity still, so we're just gonna give him amnesia.
Yeah, but at that point the damage had been done already, so I'm just like, what the hell happened after that?
Yeah, but I'm like, the way I'm thinking, you get amnesia. Like, explain amnesia. How would that work? Like, you just forget that Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Well, there's a tape. There's an audio log where Bane explicitly explains that the TN1 directly attacks the memory center of the brain. But he uses.
But wouldn't you lose all of your memories then?
Well, it doesn't say.
He wasn't. He didn't like. I mean, yeah, you
loss.
say that he lost his memories, but like when you hear him talk, like after he does like the overdose, it's like he talks like a caveman.
Yeah, it explicitly attacks like those specific parts of the brain. It's like that's why that audio log is there in the first place to try to rectify that effect on him.
No, I remember he was saying must find the Batman. He's like, well, he remembers Batman. Just doesn't remember that Bruce Wayne's Batman.
Yeah, because that was more of a recent discovery that he had made. I think they mention it as like just over short-term memory loss that TN1 causes. I gotta double check exactly what he says about TN1, but it's like that's the excuse for why he forgets who Batman is, but doesn't forget Batman himself. It is a bit of a cop out.
Yeah.
Batman just escapes. I could have done this from the start.
Well, he had to take down Bane because he was still a threat.
He would have just bashed his head in the wall several times by himself.
Well, I did do that, Smud. I just threw a battering in his face and let him keep going.
Smud, how do you explain Gordon? How did he get out?
We need to get you off.
Yeah, how do you get out that fast, though? Yeah, there you go. And here's Bane again anyway, so...
How did Bane get up there so quick? I don't know.
Gordon's dead.
How'd you know I'd be here?
Well, don't... Wait, hold on, Smud. Here's the best part.
This time I break you.
This is how it should have ended. It's the same thing.
That's literally... Wait, that's how it should have ended for Batman? Really?
Yes. Batman, I think he killed somebody.
I don't like leaving you here.
I love that
you
City
remember in
retcon
Origins
this.
when... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the City was like, you knew it wouldn't kill me. I'm like, are you sure about that, Bane?
I was gonna say, you
What were you
remember in
gonna say, though?
Origins? Yeah, I was gonna say, remember in Origins when he electrocutes Bane, and then Gordon's like, "You killed him, you monster!" It's like, do you not remember? You were like held in an electric chair by the Joker. It's like, shut up.
No, they were gonna kill him. Yeah, it's like.
So
I wanted to die.
is the Batmobile amphibic? Like, can it get out of the water?
It is now.
Just launch itself in the water. Like, okay.
Now, here's a change from the original part of the comics that they took this from. Originally, during No Man's Land, the secondary Batcave was just on the northwest edge of Gotham. Here, it's straight up smack dab in the middle of Arkham Island.
Yeah, that's
a bad idea.
I wouldn't say it's a bad idea. I'd say it's a stretch because on paper it makes sense for him to have a Batcave right on the island in case something like this happens, which it did.
I love it.
Well, even in Arkham City, it's like the Lazarus Pit's underneath the Monarch Theater.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh my god. That reminds me. Has anyone played the new Batman game, Gotham Knights?
Oh, that game.
Mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not.
Apparently, there's a Lazarus Pit right underneath the Batcave.
What?
Yeah. Of all places to put a Lazarus Pit, no.
What?
Not in.
Yeah,
the,
it's under the Batcave.
Yeah, no, not in the city. No, not in Gotham. Heaven forbid. Under the damn Batcave of all places.
What? Oh, were they really that lazy with their jobs? I mean, come on.
Just fucking, they put a Batcave under Arkham Asylum. Fine idea. Fucking putting a bit under the Batcave.
Remind me, the one under the Batcave in that game isn't just some old Lazarus Pit. It's not a race Lazarus Pit. I think that one is a natural pit, which is even worse.
How's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because there's a natural Lazarus Pit, which is where like which is the actual source of the Lazarus energy, and then there's the artificial Lazarus Pits that Raish puts everywhere.
So wait, is that why Raish? Sorry to spoil it. I mean, that's why Raish killed Batman in the beginning.
To get that Lazarus Pit, yes.
That was fucking.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then the thing, it's like, this could have been so much better if they had just continued off of Arkham Knight, which is the basic idea, but it's still its own universe.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was going to be a take, continuing from Arkham Knight.
You know what's going to continue from Arkham Knight? Suicide Squad.
You could have just as easily.
Is it?
Really?
That's what they keep saying.
No, it can't be. But I was gonna say, it's like you could have just as easily made Gotham Knights a direct continuation of Arkham Knight, where it focuses on the 4 Robins.
Well, I'm glad they didn't because unfortunately it sucks. I'm glad Kevin Conroy didn't come back for that bad.
To be fair, they already had that. The basic idea for it could work. It's just that it's like you just have to tweak a few things and have it fit more tightly with the Arkham series.
Yeah, but isn't Nightwing operating in Bloodhaven? And then you got, like, wouldn't the focus be on not Jason?
I mean, where there's there's a lot of situations that bring the Bat family together in Gotham, and the Court of Owls is definitely a major threat in the mythos.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I saw the cutscene where you find out who the leader of the Court of Owls is.
Oh my god! Don't tell me it's Harley.
No, it's Jacob Kane.
That makes
his uncle. Bruce's uncle.
And here's the best part. Here's the best part. His wife is the commissioner of the police department. And I'm like, is she even a police officer? Like, how does that work?
You guys do realize
is she the one that killed Jim Gordon?
You guys do realize that
Catherine
Kane. You guys do realize that Catherine Kane was the original Batwoman, right?
And wasn't she like in the original comic books? Wasn't she like his girlfriend or something?
Originally, yes, but and
then they changed it. I know that.
They then changed that Catherine is Bruce's aunt by marriage because Catherine is Martha Wayne's sister. And also, why did you say that name? Never gets old. But it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Catherine Kane in the comics was the original Batwoman during the Silver Age. No, the
That's
Golden
what
Age,
sucks
sorry.
about these games is that whenever someone mentions Martha, Batman doesn't start crying.
None of these games. It's like, no, my dude. Dude, Snyder Batman crying about Martha, and Arkham Batman would just slap him across the face. Get a hold of yourself, man! I'm just like, no.
And that got me thinking the whole Jacob Kane and Catherine Kane thing in the Gotham Knights game. I'm like, okay, so these two are here. Where's Batwoman then? Is she going to be DLC?
It's supposed to. Well.
Oh, is she?
What? No, I mean, well. Oh yeah, no. Kate. Maybe.
Yeah, Kate.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Oh, it's woman time, so she proceeds to battle over everyone.
Well, I mean, the Batwoman, the Kate Kane Batwoman in the comics was actually decent. Before CW came along and screwed her over.
Were they on a mountain that you have to fly down?
Well, this is
No, he was on an island.
Yeah, this is still the island. Yeah.
Oh. Apparently had to stop somebody from killing themselves. That's where he discovered this cave.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much in a similar fashion that, in a similar way how he discovered the original Batcave under Wayne Manor. So.
I love that. On the Batcave.
Just get down to business.
The Bat computer. The Bat chair.
Now this brings up the defining feature, the defining aspect of at least Arkham Asylum and City. The entire game-wide, the entire game-spanning mystery about what's really going on behind the scenes. In this case, the Titan. In this case, Project Titan. It's like slowly over the course of the game, you're given like key clues on what's going on via the interview tapes, like the story, trying to put everything together on what the real plan is.
Hang on. These notes aren't complete. The formula is missing. That must be the secret Dr. Young is hiding. If Joker gets his hands on this, he will create an army of 1,000 Banes.
You know what we need? We need a Kevin Conroy ASMR.
What am I saying?
No, don't give them any ideas. Do not disrespect this man by doing the whole AI voice bullshit. Get that out of here.
He was in Batwoman. I think it's already too late.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's Batwoman. That's a whole other issue.
I'm going after her.
I'm surprised nobody made any jokes about that. Like, we have exclusive footage of how Kevin Conroy died, and they cut to the footage of him getting kicked into the generator.
Well, to be fair, on paper, honestly, the only Batman Conroy could do at that point was Kingdom Come. Let's be honest.
Kingdom Come?
Like the Kingdom Come storyline in the comics.
Yeah.
Is it coming time?
Drawn by and most especially drawn by Alex Ross, if I remember correctly. At least the covers.
Really?
Yeah.
Painted.
Alex Ross did that storyline. I think Kingdom Come into the Elseworlds last time I checked, but still, his art for that is amazing. And also, speaking of Alex Ross, Batwoman's initial design in the comics was based on an artwork that he did of Batgirl during Kingdom Come. Now this is this right here makes me like hurt a little because we have the Batclaw, but they didn't think of grabbing shit with it in Asylum yet.
Well, you see, Gingaman, the Riddler trophies are designed in a way that the Batclaw cannot just grab it.
And yet in Origins it can.
Because those are data packs. Wholly different thing.
No, well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, and then through this experience of the Asylum, Batman finally figures out how to create the perfect Batclaw so that he can grab the Riddler trophy out of his reach. Bravo, Paul Dini. Paul Dini wrote this, right?
This in City, yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't write Origins though, so that's So at least I feel hopeful for that.
But yeah, and he didn't write Night, so I guess that's another good thing.
Yeah.
Because it sucked.
Let me just hold off on that narrative tape for a little bit.
What do you call someone who has failed to solve 3/4 of my riddles? A Batman?
What?
Okay.
I don't know either. Meanwhile, I like this detail.
Find you. Rip your flesh like paper.
Jeez, Doomslayer, calm down. Anyway.
When the Doom soundtrack hits.
Let me get this out of the way first and then go for the interview tape. Yeah, you see, another piece of the puzzle, the fact that...
One of Joker's oldest
yeah.
aliases. So, Joker pays Dr. Young to create his army, and then all of a sudden he stops. Doesn't make any sense.
Literally what I just said, another piece of the puzzle that to the mystery that's going across the entire game.
Hello. My name is Dr. Gretchen Whisper. You understand me?
Put it wrong.
I hear you, bitch. So it's dinner. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Was that make Killer Croc cannibal with it? Like,
in this universe, yeah, he's cannibal.
Yep.
Yeah, he likes to eat human meat. That's weird.
Yeah, because originally it was just the fact that his skin mutated to such a heavy degree that he looked like a a reptile.
That's so weird.
And then at some point he just adopted that behavior and
He's
became
Jeffrey Dahmer, but if he had a crocodile skin.
Had a change of heart. She tried to block the payments. Joker doesn't like it when his partners try to back out.
So he decided to get himself back to Arkham, find his formula, and create the army himself.
Exactly.
Yes, the plot thickens. And now here's one of the few sections of the game
You
where...
know what else thickens? Wink, wink.
Yes.
This area is falling apart. It's not safe to use the grapple. I need to climb up.
Yes, one of...
Oh yeah, I hate this. Why is it unsafe? Because it would crumble?
Yeah, they explain that this is some of the oldest architecture on the entire island. It's fragile. It's unstable.
What is that?
A picture of a dead baby is a threat.
Go on.
He says, I'm coming for you. I want what I paid for. And then another joke about wheelchairs. Lovely. A drawing of some kind of donkey.
No mystery why she's so scared. I'm coming up to the surface. I'll find her.
Don't you just love that these people have dealt with Joker shit for so long that they're just desensitized to it at this point?
You pretty much have no option when living in Gotham City.
Yeah. Especially with the whole thing that the fact that the Lazarus Pit stuff, the Lazarus energy, is in the water supply. That's the whole reason why Gotham is so corrupt in the first place. And I'm just like, okay, fine. I can accept that explanation, but at some point I'm just gonna have to just chalk that up to like silly comic book bullshit. It's like, I think even Smud would roll his eyes at that.
Well, how do we know though? Smud, roll your eyes.
It really depends on what story in the comics. Some comics are pretty solid, and a lot are just wonky. And with Batman, it's a lot. There's lots of really good stories and a lot of really weird ones that if you pay attention, you're like, that's like, you don't need a magical doctor to heal Batman's back. Like, you just don't. It wasn't necessary to have. She had to have like some superpower to do that, and at the expense of her life or whatever. It was just like, okay, that's too much. You didn't have to go that far with Nightfall. So, but when Batman did get his back repaired, he had to relearn stuff, which was good. So he has to go on this journey. I think he has to fight Lady She. What the hell's her name?
Lady Shiva, yes.
Lady Shiva, yeah. Who's like the greatest martial artist in the world or whatever. And he or she wants him to kill, and he figures out how not to, So there's all these wonderful stories that work, but they have elements which are stupid or unnecessary.
Snipers. Looks like the Blackgate thugs have access to the armory.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I can also appreciate with the main like overworld of the island. The fact that every certain amount of the game that you go through, like the outdoors areas keep like changing to match what's going on in the story.
Yeah. He just gently puts the guy on the ground and then just broke something.
I remember the biggest praise that people would give this game is like how it saved superhero gaming, I guess.
Oh yeah, superhero license. Yeah, how it saved. This pretty much did save licensed superhero games. Yeah, I mean the only one before it that I know for a fact was that we all know for a fact is really good is Spider-Man 2, the old Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Superman 64.
Oh, why did I say that? Why the hell? What is wrong with you?
The one game that ruined any Superman game ever since.
Oh, and then there's the PS1 version. Don't forget that.
There's a PS1 version?
Yeah, PS1. Or just a beta version, I guess.
Yeah, because that never came out. What the hell would it have been called if it was on PS1? Oh shit, they straight.
Easy.
Superman 1?
No, just Superman.
They should just call it the Man of Steel.
Don't give them any ideas for a Superman game in the DCEU.
Press the QuickTime event to stop Snap Zod's neck.
It's we're Stuckmanized.
Stuckman appears on screen after you do it.
But it is one of those things where I'm like, making a video game about Batman, and I'm like, that makes sense, you know? Because we always have trouble figuring out what a Superman game should look like or something. Like I remember, what was the Superman game where you had to keep track of the city's health?
What?
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Or that either.
It was on PS2, I think, where like if the city gets damaged too much, you lose, and that was annoying. I can't remember the name, unfortunately, but.
My face.
Then there's Iron Man, and it's like, how do you make an Iron Man game? How do you make a...
I mean, they did make one based on Iron Man 1, and it sucked dick.
Well, then there was the
like a Iron Man VR game coming out, or it came out,
and it's gonna blow.
Then there was Captain America also, where they tried to copy this system, didn't they?
Whoa, that looked janky.
Look at it with style. Look at that sass.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the Marvel Avengers game too. Don't forget that.
Marvel Avengers game, which is just Kamala Khan's eighth backstory.
How many ways can I open up a grate?
Gingaman, you didn't teabag them. What's wrong with you?
Why would I? I'm Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Wakanda man. Now proceed to Wakanda.
We was kangs and shit.
Who was that guy that was crying over watching yet another superhero movie?
Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, that asshole where it's like ruins not.
I thought you were gonna bring up the guy that cried over the Last Jedi trailer.
No, it's the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
It's both. Yeah. It's
the guy who cried. The guy who cried over such and such. Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about.
Well, that's the trailer.
Eric Butts, where it's like, what? The Emperor? No way!
The Emperor cried over watching a trailer to his own fucking movie.
It's Eric Butts when he hears the Palpatine laugh and goes, "What? The Emperor?" And it's like, come on, you can't be this excited.
Whatever. That's it. I'm a fucking weirdo with the grades, I know.
Did you guys ever play the Watchmen game?
There was a Watchmen
There's a Watchmen game.
There's a Watchmen.
Yeah, you didn't know
Wasn't
that?
it for like PS2 or something?
Oh my god.
I think so. I think it was for Xbox actually.
A Watchmen game is that old? Jeez.
It might be PS3. Yeah, it was called The End Is Nigh. And you could actually play as Rorschach.
Try not to die the game.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if it was in this style where it's like, you know, you punch and then you press the other button to counter. And you should check it out. There's a Watchmen game. Not joking. And I think it was a tie-in. So I don't know if it was like prequel or whatever.
Oh, I was wrong. It was on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
I've never done that before. I've never gotten two guys with one punch.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, and also.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good game. I'm
just combine the clanging noises and the beep 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 beep.
Oh my god, the kid named Finger.
Maybe for you, Nigma, but not for Batman. Ah, teeth. It's always the teeth.
Do you think Roger Craig Smith did a good job trying to impersonate a young Kevin Conroy?
I think he did a good job, yeah. But Troy Baker, he was very obviously trying to rip off Mark Hamill. It wasn't
that was the point, but
No, it's Troy Baker as Troy Baker.
As crazy Troy Baker, yes.
You just get Troy Baker, the best baker of them all.
Oh, he didn't know he was being recorded? They just used his audio without permission.
I mean, you might as well.
Here's the thing. I just pulled off that grate. Two guys are there. None the wiser.
Did you hear something? No.
Nope.
I just wanted to look at the grate falling. It's like, did
It's
you
like-
hear something?
It's like, what about that grate that's on the ground? No, it's nothing.
Oh, it's just Batman standing in front of me. Oh, it's nothing. Oh, there goes my liver. Just as he kicked him.
I love that. Something's in the way.
You see, you see him right there in the grate. Yeah, look, he fits. He fits. Anyway,
I'm just like these are big vents then. Like, do they really need to be that big? I don't know.
Welcome to the Arkham Library.
now to be the dark pinball of Gotham.
Dude, imagine if he fights the Flash. See, he breaks his arm, and now he's just unconscious.
Uh-oh. In the ass. Boom. And also,
Take a stroll downstairs and save the helpless hostages.
now here's the thing. You're supposed to go to the electric gate that leads downstairs, and he's supposed to tell you, oh, you have a certain amount of time to find the right grate that leads down to the lowest floor.
Well,
But you can just go directly to the right grate, and he'll say this.
Reading the last page first? Shame on you.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you go directly to the correct grate immediately instead of going to the electric gate first, he just he calls you out for cheating, quote unquote. It's like, well, maybe
Yeah,
Batman-
I did. See,
Well, maybe
that's
maybe Batman's just that good of a detective, Joker.
It's an interesting. Like, I'm glad they put that little detail in there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's been about 2 hours of us smashing grates and seeing skeletons.
He's a great man. What can we say?
Anyway, so that was pretty cool. I mean, watching these games is always fun. It's like watching a movie.
Yeah, we could just let the cutscene finish here and call it there.
Yeah, great idea.
It all happened so fast. Some patients broke in, began tearing up the place, like they were looking for something. Bill here fought back, but there were too many. They took
The point is that with this game, there was a lot of love and care. Plenty of love and care put into the making of this game. They really thought of damn near everything. This and definitely this game deserves its place in gaming history as one of the greatest of all time, if you ask me.
Yeah, I remember Arkham City that won so many Game of the Year awards. I'm like, yeah.
It's up there with the Spider-Man PS2 game where the enemies go, "What's up with the get-up, chum?"
No, that was with the first PS2 game.
I know.
Well, either way, these are on the list, or some of them are on the list, rather, of the 155 games we have listed on our voting. If you haven't done so, please go do so. I should probably finish that poll up because I think we've been getting like a vote every other day, so it's pretty much done. And we're going to do our own summary of each and then do some videos. So hopefully we'll get that going this week, and hopefully we'll have more game night style Smud Talks where we get Gingaman to play off his massive library that he knows so much about. So.
Hey, yeah.
No one else knows. Like, you were playing every game from the start, like, just perfectly. Like, wow, this is like, you know where everything is.
Yeah, and the Smud Talks really haven't changed much. It's just basically instead of a video, it's someone plays a game. Aside from that, pretty much the same.
When are we gonna have Smud play Pathfinder or Fallout New Vegas?
Oh,
no. Smud plays Mass Effect.
Smud Boy plays Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I pretty much boycotted that game, so I'm not gonna touch it. But I did, in fact, reinstall a whole bunch of like all these new mods for New Vegas, and I'm so blind because I'm so happy with what I get. And they're entire games, they're entire levels. It's like I don't even know about this. So and some of them aren't even done yet. They're in production. Plus, there's Fallout 4 New Vegas, which is still in production. So that's for the Fallout 4 game. There's so much, and I'm so happy. And I play this every year. It's always different. I get new mods. I turn old ones off. You know, it's just so much fun. And these are one of those games that just keep going and going. So games like
What
Arkham.
mods are you talking about, if you don't mind me asking?
The New California one was the first one I installed. That's a whole prequel to New Vegas.
Oh.
And it introduces all these elements. It combines other mods together. There's the weapons of the New Millennium. So you just get all kinds of guns that I'm not a gun guy, so I have no idea what they are. You have to actually you have to go online. It's like, what the hell is that? Oh, this is from America. Okay, it's an American gun. So there's all these guns, all this ammo, and there's Project Nevada, which transforms how cybernetic implants work, and a few other mechanics like weight. So it really is brand new game every time, and within another year, I'm sure we'll have Van Buren figured out, because that was being brought back to New Vegas, and it's just amazing. So games like Batman and the Arkham series are probably the best example of comic book games in recent years, outside of course, the one that came out this year, which is not as lauded as worthwhile.
It is a shame that we went from this to Gotham Knights. No offense.
If I may say, like, Hawk tagged me an hour ago wanting to join. I'm just like, really, dude? You had to tag the guy playing the game?
I could have just put him. I could have buzzed him in.
I'm just like, how was I supposed to know? It's like, if the guy playing the game, really, that's who you pick. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for watching.
Oh, he was in the call.
Yeah, Hawk's always welcome, but I thought he has work tomorrow. I have no idea. Anyway, Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Keep the voting going, and of course vote on your favorite games out of the 155 for your most memorable scenes. We're trying to go for quality here, and it could be the whole game, it could be the ending, it could be a little part, doesn't matter, whatever your favorite is. And hopefully we'll make some content for you this week on that, because we've been holding off for at least a month getting that poll going. But we do have some favorites from some people who've already picked their favorites, and that'll be coming out hopefully by the weekend next week.
Now, as for what was done today, it's like we cannot leave without once again saying this Smudtalk is dedicated to Kevin Conroy, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Vengeance, the Knight, the one true Batman. Rest in peace, good sir.
That's
yeah. Thanks for the entertainment.
Yeah, that scene was very similar to what we saw with the Scarecrow serum, where he was fighting his inner demons, and I can't remember which episode it was, but that is the one clip everyone remembers.
That was that was early. That was early on in the animated series. I think that was the Mad Hatter.
Was it the Mad Hatter? I always thought it was the movie with the.
No, it was within the actual series where it's like Mad Hatter created this whole hallucination of like what if the Waynes what if Thomas and Martha Wayne never died, where Bruce was able to live a full life, a normal life, and Batman was still out there somehow. It's like just from that alone something was off, but he was able to figure it out.
He figured out because in a dream you can't read from which side is it?
He can't read anything. Literally anything.
That is. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wait a second, that can't be right. And I checked it out.
Exactly.
Mad Hatter created the perfect world for him, except now Bruce is permanently illiterate in the dream.
Somehow. But yeah, that just goes to shows, like, between animated series and then Arkham here, it's like those moments when there was a lot of love and care put into a Batman project, or just a comic book related project in general, the effort shows, and this is one of the big shining examples of that.
You got it.
And it makes, as you guys said before, Kevin Conroy is the definitive Batman. Like, it's going to be hard to see who they get moving forward.
There are many, there are many people who've done it.
The silver lining is that there have already been plenty of different actors that have done Batman even after the animated series. So there's at least someone out there that can definitely, like, if anything, they'll never be. I mean, I shouldn't say they'll never be, but it's like they have the potential to be as good as Kevin Conroy. But if we're being completely honest, no one. It's like he was the top tier. Kevin Conroy, once again, to repeat myself, the one true Batman. He set the standard.
He was the true voice of Batman.
Yeah.
You know, if anything else, he was the true voice of Batman.
He set the bar for everyone else to follow.
Exactly.
After that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.